Sandra.
Hello.
Hi,
Hey.
how are you guys tonight?
Hey guys.
Hi.
I'm Dr. Suzanne Foxx. I'm a physical therapist. I have a strong interest in plant-based nutrition, and I strongly encourage people to follow a plant-based diet, as I do believe it is the very best and healthiest way to live. And I'm sure Sherri, who is above, say hi, Sherri. She's our co-host there. My sister is here today. And we have the lovely Sandra Fox, or Sandra Cox here with us tonight.
Thank you.
And Sandra, we've been watching you on Facebook. I don't know. Are you on Instagram as well?
Yes.
Okay. I mostly follow you on Facebook, and I've been watching you for the past probably 2 years or more.
Yes.
Yes. So can you tell us a little bit about your journey? Like what brought you to the whole food plant-based lifestyle?
Well, okay. You are familiar with my sister, Patty Fallow, correct?
Absolutely, yes.
Yes. She has been following Whole Foods plant-based for 7 years.
Okay.
And I did not join in on it till about almost 3 years ago.
Okay.
But she was not the one who triggered me to get into it. It's really weird how this story kind of unfolds, because I used to think she was crazy. You know, I'd be, oh my gosh, what are you doing? And then I would go to like Bill Miller's meat fast food place and go get some ribs, you know, and suck on those and think she was like a hippie or something, you know. But actually, a friend of mine, her name is Shirley. I don't know if you're friends with her on Facebook or not. She's also plant-based. She became plant-based before me because she was influenced by my sister.
Oh.
And she needed to lose like 200 pounds. Like she was, or probably less than that. However, my sister was like coaching her, and then I was watching all these positive changes in her for about a month and a half. I said, you know what? I think I need to do this. I'm going to do it. And I did it. Wow. And now I'm on the ride now, almost 3 years. And it's been amazing. I mean, I feel great. I feel vibrant. I feel lighter. I can't say anything more about it, because for me, it's just, it's better than how I used to live, being 50 pounds heavier. So, and health-wise as well.
Yes. Did you have other health problems besides just being over?
I had high cholesterol. So now it's now it's about 170, which is below the 200. I would like to have it a little less than 150, but I'll take the 170 versus 200 or more.
Yeah, mine sticks around the 170, 180 mark as well. I heard a podcast that Jeff
Novak?
Jeff Morgan. He was doing a podcast with Dr. T. Colin Campbell, and he asked about that. And Dr. Campbell said that if you weren't breastfed as an infant, you might never get your cholesterol that low. I don't know. It was just a weird thing. I mean, like, what in the world?
Another reason to breastfeed.
So true, but that's what I heard him say. So I was like, oh, well, I guess there's nothing I can do about that. I mean,
yeah, you can't go back in time.
A little late. Yeah. Yeah. So that was your only other health problem, was that you had high cholesterol?
Yes. I mean, I don't have any health problems that I know of yet, you know, but as far as right now, I'm good to go.
Yeah. Well, that is awesome to hear. Now, I know you've been doing this for the last 3 years. So did you try other methods of losing weight before you started this plan?
Yes, I was 19 years old and I was getting ready to join the Air Force, and I had to lose about, 15, 20 pounds. So at that time, I want to say it was about 1992, 93, Atkins diet was very popular.
Yeah, that was really popular.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, I had a hamburger for breakfast, a hot dog for lunch, and, it did work. I mean, I did lose the weight. I did get in the Air Force. The problem with that was that my cholesterol was 250. It was going up. Oh. So then when I was in basic training, I just ate whatever because we were exercising so much. So I kind of actually lost weight in basic training. But
too.
Yeah. So then after that, I was pretty much I went from Atkins to paleo to whatever was a high animal protein, low to no carbohydrate diet. that's what I did, and it was successful as long as I stayed on it. But who can stay on that forever? I can't. I don't think anybody can.
Your body just starts craving carbohydrates. Like it's just just needs it.
You did that for a while. My sister did that for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't you have like heart palpitations and stuff?
Yeah, and I think my thyroid problem started because of it, but I don't know. It was crazy.
Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah. It was just crazy to see that. So, so you had tried several different plans. Now, had your weight kind of yo-yoed up and down, or had it just kind of stayed the same?
That's a very good question. I would say probably in my 20s and 30s, it would just yo-yo because, if I wanted to fit in that size 6, size 8 dress, I had to like practically starve myself, for a month or two, So I would say that, that's what I would do for like in the long run. I didn't know anything else, until I started watching my sister. But my sister was really never overweight. She's always been a thin girl. She's more in it for the health of it, not so much for the figure. I kind of went into this because I really wanted to lose weight. And I feel
good. You wanted to look good.
Well, she looks
yes.
So
this is the longest I've kept the weight off. Almost 3 years. Hasn't been 3. It'll be 3 years in July, but it's been pretty consistent. Up or down 4 to 6 pounds. I'll go up depending on if I'm triggered to eat the high fat plant food. Like that's my cheat. The avocado every now and then, the pasta every now and then, a piece of bread every now and then. And if that's my cheat, that's pretty darn good.
Yeah.
I'm not tempted to go back to meat. I'm not tempted to go back to dairy products. So, so I feel that I'm doing pretty well.
I think you're doing well.
Fantastic.
I know you're doing well.
I love seeing all those posts you have of all the stuff you're making before breakfast, and you're making stuff, like here's what I'm having for breakfast, and you're cooking it all in the Instant Pot and stuff like that. It's very inspiring to watch that.
Thank you.
Have the people around you noticed? Does anybody ask you a lot of questions about this?
That's a very good question. I want to say almost 3 years ago when I first started to lose, like the first month I was losing 12 pounds. The second month I was losing more and more. And actually I was a little bit less than I weigh now. I think I gained probably like 6 to 7 pounds back, because, you get to that point where you're kind of comfortable. You're not really working so hard,
Yeah.
But
it's sustainable. It doesn't start creeping up and keep creeping up until you're back to your normal weight. It stays pretty consistently low.
True.
What you're doing. Yeah.
Yeah. So, so some people at work, it's interesting. Some people at work would kind of see me when I first started doing this as like the food police, like, oh my gosh, and I'm like, I'm not the food police, and some people would ask, like a few women would come up to me privately and say, what are you eating? What are you doing? I don't know if I could do that. I don't think I can do that. I need a piece of meat, so you hear different responses, but I really haven't met anyone that went into it full force that I know of, except for my friend that I learned it from. And some people have watched What the Health and what's the other one's name? There's another one, Cowspiracy. Some people have watched those and they were like inspired by that. But remember, it's a lifelong commitment. You know what I mean? And I think some people just aren't ready for that, and that's okay. That's a personal decision. But I got to do what's best for me.
Right. So. That's right. Well, it looks good on you. You're doing such a great job with it.
Yeah.
Very
inspiring. I learned from you. I'm inspired by you big time, Suzanne. You're my number one. Like, I'm your fan. You know what I mean?
Oh my gosh, that's so awesome. That's so awesome.
I love all your stuff. I mean,
yes. Yeah, we're doing it. We're inspiring everyone to do this. Get it done. Yeah, we're getting it done. Yes. So it seems like you go to all these group exercise classes all the time, right? Now, I noticed that, it seems like you're in the group exercises. Are other people like noticing in the group exercises that you're the one that's all fit and trim, even though they're all doing the exercises too?
And even you have the energy to do the exercises.
The energy is very high. Yes.
Yeah.
That's a good question. Actually, there's been certain places that I've gone to consistently, I would say for, I don't know, almost 2 years. And then that person sold the business. Then I had to move to another place. So it's not like, in order for that reaction, I would have to be the same people all the time to notice that, right? I would say in the beginning, when I first started, I would say some people did notice and some people found out what I did and they didn't agree with the philosophy of eating whole foods, plant-based. Like, again, there's like a gap, like, oh, I can't do that. You know what I mean? I'm just not going to investigate more about that because that goes against my principles of, you know, how they ate culturally, how they grew up, you know, I don't know. But then I had some people kind of wanted to try it. Some people were interested in it. They would do it for a couple months and then they would go back. And so, I mean, I live in San Antonio, right? So meat is very popular here. So
cattle country.
I've probably I've inspired maybe 3 to 4 people. Actually, no, there's one girl from Zumba that is following it. As a matter of fact, she is doing it right now. She's an instructor and, you know, she's very appreciative and thankful and she'll ask me for a recipe every now and then. But no, I do take that back. There is one that did. So
there you go.
Yeah, which is one. You know, I wish there was more, but if I can about one, then I'm happy.
Yeah.
That's how it starts though. Just one person at a time.
True.
That's true. Very true. Very true. So did your students or your coworkers, I'm sure they all noticed what was going on. And, you know, of course they asked you some questions about that. And I mean, they must have, so they don't think you're the food police anymore or anything like that?
No, actually, I mean, that kind of dies out, right? I mean, it just kind of just starts and then all of a sudden now people just start to become used to it. Now it's part of the norm, you know what I mean? So, you know, I think they've noticed at one time and I think now it's just, it's normal, you know? So people don't really ask me anymore. It's just kind of died out.
It's just what she does. It's just what Sandra does. She just
That's
does.
right. There we go. It's repetitive, and then it just becomes, it's not like the new thing, you know.
Yeah. So can you walk us through, like, what do you typically eat for breakfast, lunch, and supper? And do you have any snacks?
Okay. I would have to say during the week is when I'm more, I want to say, compliant or UWL compliant because I do the first thing that goes in my mouth in the morning is a green, any kind of steamed vegetable. It could be broccoli, it could be green beans. Actually, I had green beans this morning. And because I'm on UWL, which is an amazing program, I've learned a lot of different, really good companies like the California balsamic vinegar. Oh my gosh, they have the best vinegars. I mean, I have hickory smoke is amazing.
Oh, wow.
Gilroy garlic, that's awesome. I just had that on my green beans this morning. And you know, a lot of people say, how could you eat greens for breakfast? But, you know, you become, like Dr. McDougall says, you know, it takes like 3 days to change your taste buds, right? A lot of people think that's weird, but
Lots of beings eat greens.
Don't, Sherri, don't you do the ultimate weight loss type stuff in the morning? Or
Yeah,
you
I do.
eat a lot of vegetables too, mostly vegetables.
Yeah, I try to eat 1 to 2 pounds. Yeah, so I'm right there with you.
yeah.
Yeah.
But see, I'm that kind of person. I just can't do a lot of people just do the greens and then not eat for a couple hours and then have their carb. That's fine. I mean, you could do that. But I guess I'm more of that kind of person. I'll have my greens and then right after I'll have like potatoes or I'll put the potatoes underneath my green beans or I'll have oatmeal underneath and I'll put the spinach on top. I kind of like the combination because I'm the kind of person, like, I like to fill up. I don't want to have to reach for that food as soon as I get to work. I want to be all full and then I have a snack till about 10. You know what I mean? It's like I'm on a schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
You're in the classroom too, because you're a teacher, right? So you don't have the opportunity to just run out and start eating a bunch of stuff.
run to the kitchen, get out of the fridge. You know, I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, you're like me.
You don't even get
too.
a bathroom break most of the time, right? You just
That's
get
right. You got that right.
out of your desk.
You got that right.
So true. So then what's your lunch look like normally?
Okay. Let me see. What did I have today? I had mashed potatoes. So what I do, I get the golden potatoes, any kind of golden in a big old bag. And I put about 5 or 6 in the Instant Pot. I filled about, I don't know, maybe a cup and a half of water, maybe less, and 30 minutes on steam. And they come out perfect every time. I'm serious. Every time they come out perfect. Put them out. I mean, it's one of my favorite lunches because potatoes, again, they fill you up. right?
They really do.
And they're really delicious too.
Mhm.
And they're low in calorie, right? They taste
They've
good.
got everything. Like they got everything, all the vitamins
Vitamin
you could
C,
need. Yeah.
everything in there. Remember that the Australian guy who ate nothing but potatoes for a whole year?
Yes.
Yeah.
That
Andrew.
was cool.
Andrew.
That's cool.
Andrew was his last name
Crazy.
Taylor? Andrew Taylor?
And yes. Yes.
We got
It
it.
should
We know
have
who
been
he is.
Tatum.
Oh, he should have been Andrew Taylor. That would've-
Tater. It should have been Andrew Tater.
Yes, it should have been Andrew Tater instead of Andrew Taylor. Yeah.
So then for dinner, I stopped by Taco Cabana. I don't know if you have a Taco Cabana in your area.
What's up, Taco Bell?
Oh no, I don't go to Taco Bell. There's a place called Taco Cabana. I want to say maybe it's only in Texas they have it, but they have on the menu.
Cabana? Well, I'm gonna be
It's really good.
Valley might as well go
Try
try the
it
Taco
out.
Cabana.
Taco
What do you have
Cabana.
there?
Well, they only have one vegan option, and that option
okay.
is the black bean taco. And then I say I don't want the rice in it because their rice has oil in it, so I don't accept that. But I do say to put the fresh tomato, onion, and lettuce in it, and then I put the salsa on top. So and it's big. I mean, it's on corn tortilla. I mean, and they put it in 2 corn tortillas. And it's just, that's it. That's a great dinner. You know what I mean? Like
Very
that's
filling
dinner.
too.
Yeah, so
Butter tacos are just the best.
but no cheese, no cheese on it.
No,
They don't need it.
They don't need it. Nobody needs any cheese.
Well, speaking of cheese, though, Sandra, I loved your. You were the first person to try that new nacho cheese vegan.
Yes, I've tried them all. I've tried all the recipes to them all, the ones that I know of. Yeah.
I
What are
wonder
you gonna try?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay. I was just gonna say, what are you gonna? Any new recipes that you're gonna try?
Well, right now I'm going through a lot at work. Like there's a lot of deadlines I have, so I really haven't been doing a lot of like more complicated dishes. Like all my meals right now are just simple because of the time that I have, and I have to manage the time. But in my brain, I have all the things that I've done. Like I know Jill's what's it called? Game changer cheese sauce. I have it memorized in my head how to prepare that. And if I need that right away, I'll do it. You know what I mean? And then sometimes I don't have time for it, and then so I have the California balsamic vinegar, which I highly recommend. And instead of the cheese sauce, now I just use the vinegar, and that's my new thing now. Like every month I get into like a new thing, so
It doesn't get boring.
Yeah.
yeah.
Except Sherri always likes this one Chinese restaurant sauce that she puts.
I know.
What is that?
Yeah, that's her thing. She really, really likes it, and it's working. So
Yeah.
that's the
Yeah.
most important part.
Yeah, it's all about the sauce.
Yeah,
For sure.
yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could eat a cardboard box if they put the right sauce on it.
That's true.
Not that you have to, because the potatoes are so delicious anyway.
I know.
Yeah. So Patty was the one who she now. What did Patty say when she found out that you had switched to her way of eating? What did she say?
She was kind of like she was thinking, I mean, this is what we talked about a while back. Like she was thinking, okay, this will probably last a week, maybe it'll last. But then as she started seeing me, as time unfolded and I was like sticking with it, she was like, wow, she was becoming more impressed every time. And then I got the little gifts, like she sent me a Vitamix, you know what I mean? Like all the things.
Wow, little
Wow.
That's huge.
Sorry, I meant to say a huge gift. But I meant like she would send things like she also sent me the 3-quart Instant Pot, all the things that the plant-based person needs to survive in the kitchen. You know what I mean? Yeah. So yeah, that is a big gift. I take that back. So she hooked me up with that.
Little
She
pack
did.
of seeds in the mail or something. You're like, oh, Vitamix.
Yeah, that is awesome. Well, did you have anything else you wanted to say? We always try to keep it brief here. We don't keep it too long.
Yeah, I know. Okay, I have a question for everyone here. My question is, which plant-based doctor do you is your favorite, or which one of them inspires you, and which one walks the talk and talks the walk, in your opinion?
Do you want me to go first?
Yes.
John McDougall.
Yes.
I love him. I love his passion. I love the way he's such an asshole. I love the way he just says it like it is. He doesn't even care, and he doesn't even care if he's popular. He's like, this is how it is. And you know what? He's always right.
Yeah.
Always. Every time. It just kills me how right he is. How about no favorite?
Who's the one that does the bariatric surgery?
Oh, Garth Davis.
Yeah, I think I like Garth Davis.
Yes,
I like
very
him.
sensible. Very sensible in his approach.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. What about you, Sherri?
Wow, there was a doctor that helped me when Silas was first born. When I had questions about giving it Silas milk, because they say like the babies should have milk until they're 2.
Yeah.
And I wrote him and asked him, and he said it's absolutely unnecessary. I think Silas was like a little bit older. So I think his last name was Crawford. Crawford, does that sound right? Ted?
Crawford. Yeah, we'll have
That
to look.
sounds familiar. Ted Crawford.
Ted Crawford. Is it Doctor? Yeah, that's one of them. Is that the one?
I can't remember.
I've seen him on videos. I think I know who you're talking about.
I think he's one of my Facebook friends.
Yeah, and I think you probably you actually addressed him and he addressed you, so it's more personal than just
it just meant a lot.
Yeah.
How about you, Sandra? Which one's your favorite?
Okay, well, I have 2. Okay, I know it's hard to just pick one. First of all, Dr. McDougall, of course, I love him. He's inspired me. He's the first plant-based doctor I've ever met. When I met him, I think almost 2 years ago.
You met him?
Yes, we were at a health fest. I'm trying to remember. Was it? I can't remember the name of the city we were in. But Patty took me and a bunch of our UWL friends. We went, and it was amazing. And Dr. Goldhammer, I love him. I think he is awesome, and he's just so smart, and he's just so inspiring.
Really smart. Yeah,
Awesome.
we all are, but he's just right to the point.
Yes, yes.
Yes, it's so awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I can't tell you how happy I am to have finally met you in this way anyway, and hopefully we'll all be together at some kind of conference sometime in the future. And it's always so good to do these kind of things, and hopefully this helps other people. And if people want to get a hold of you, they can contact you on Facebook, right? Or on Instagram, and they can ask you questions or anything like that, because you, like I said, you just inspire all of us. You're just so beautiful. You do all this stuff, and you got all this Instant Pot constantly going with your recipes, and I just love watching it, and it's very inspiring.
And you're in the heart of Texas.
Yes.
In the Alamo there? Like, you're in the heart of Texas.
Downtown.
Quite the challenge. Yeah.
Yes, quite the challenge.
And Sandra, you really inspire me too, actually. I look forward to your post. I can't wait to see what you're going to do next. So
Oh my gosh. Oh,
yeah, I like it.
Well, I'm hoping I have plans this summer. Once work kind of closes up for the end of this 9 weeks, and then we have the summer vacation. I have plans to try different things and different recipes. I mean, it's in my head. It's just a matter of getting it out, So expect seeing some really good food coming up this summer.
That'll be awesome.
Yes.
Wonderful.
All right. Well, thank you all for being here, and we're just going to go ahead and end it now. All right.
All right. Thank you, Suzanne.
Bye, everyone.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.